to understand, if he could only find it, he would blow up all the ants. Then he looked closely at his knight behind him. With his scan, he looked at the ground and saw a piece of a layer of methane gas. He immediately stuck his shovel into the ground and was about to dig. He spread his legs wide and began to dig the ground, looking back at the knight and giving him the order to hold off the monsters. He immediately began to furiously dig the ground quickly. At this time, a huge ant tried to attack him. Xavier at this time swung his blade. While Lloyd was digging, Xavier, at this time, dealt with the rest of the monsters. Cutting the air around with his blade, he cut down the monsters, protecting the master. They immediately covered their ears from the loud earthquake and noise. A huge main ant appeared. The guys raised their heads in horror and realized that it was the queen ant. This huge monster immediately began to attack the guys. At this time, the brown-haired guy and the knight held their weapons and stared intently at the monster. Lloyd tried to ask his fighter if he could defeat her, to which he received a refusal. The brown-haired guy ironically said that if he did not try, he would not know, although Xavier understood that there were things that he could not do, even if he did not try it. The blue-haired guy put the blade behind his head and said that at the moment they still had no other choice. The queen ant furiously flew to attack. The knight immediately raised his blade and a blue core began to grow above it. He immediately attacked the belly of the queen monster with his blade. This bloodthirsty ant immediately fell into a stupor. The knight bloodthirstily stuck the tip of his blade into the monster's belly. Then he waved his weapon away from the monster. At this time, the brown-haired man continued to furiously dig the ground and understood that there was no time to lose, so he wanted his knight to hold out longer. At this time, the blue-haired knight swung his blade, fighting off the attack of the bloodthirsty queen of monsters. He stuck his shovel into the hole, and a stream of gas was heard from there. The brown-haired man immediately bared his teeth angrily in bewilderment. Lloyd immediately ran to his torch to grab it and told his fighter to run faster to the entrance. They began to run away from the cave and the monster was chasing them. It was an earthen cave where the chopped parts of the monsters lay, because they noticed a narrow passage that they